This is Tard E. In the hearts of the students, this thing is probably scarier than Voidstorm. A student being nagged by Tard E sounds like this. It can show up anytime, anywhere to hound you for your thesis. You'll see students all over the academy being stalked by Tard E. Take the academy dorms. They're soundproofed so well, you could set off an explosion inside and no one would hear it. But Tard E will knock on your door in the middle of the night. It's truly soul-crushing. Tard E even has a song that plays on loop all over the streets. It goes like this. Tard E is also stubborn. Once a professor restricted a student's movement range to force them to hand in their thesis. Turns out, every time this poor kid went to get meals, dozens of Tard E's would surround him and herd him away. He couldn't even get a bite to eat. If one is late for class, Tard E will badger them to hurry. There's also a legend in the dorm area, a guy who got restricted for accessing mysterious websites over 2,000 times. He tried to file a complaint, but Tard E just said, "Shall I read out your entire browsing history now?" No matter what he was looking at, that would have been humiliating. Not all students are afraid of Tard E, though. Look at this one. Chilling out fishing, completely unfazed. People say Septimont are weird, but the students of Lehigh Roy are even more out there.
我今天可以载你去训练场没关系，可是你不要碰我宪法。你抓后座、抓支架、抱推进器都可以，就不要碰我宪法。
The school bans Run for Life fish cans. Just from the name, you can tell it's a reeking can of fish. Some student threw one into the experimental field and it made the teacher scream bloody murder. Someone stuck 3 repelling black stones into their scientific motorcycle. It would go straight into overclock overload when activating, blowing everything within 10-meter radius away. This guy even installed a 15-second delay fuse and an autopilot function. She really mastered the art of the suicide motorcycle. The trash cans at the school look like this, but there's also a training instructor who looks exactly like a trash can. He even says himself, some poor kid actually mistook him for a real trash can and threw garbage into his belly. That sent the instructor flying off the handle. It chased the kid all over the place, shouting as he attacked, "Precision strike, combat A, I will not tolerate insult." It was hilarious. Some students idolized Brandt and were willing to pay 100,000 credits for his autograph, but someone nearby said that money's barely enough to buy a few eggs. So now the saying goes, bring a basket of eggs and you can get to Brandt. Our captain just lost out on 100,000 credits. Verena is also pretty famous at the agricultural college. Her thesis is studied repeatedly by the students. They all thought she was a gentle, kind teacher. So when they saw her photograph as a cute little girl, she was totally shocked. A group of agricultural college students did an experiment project called Tasting 100 Herbs. Here's what the herbs tasted like to them. Steel saw. Ling tasted like rust. Heart-plated flower gave off an electric shock that numbed him. He thought he'd licked an electrode pad. He yelled, "Quick, yank this out of my mouth." His classmate felt bad for him, so he volunteered to try the last one. Radiant grass. When the junior next to him saw his reaction after eating it, she exclaimed, "Oh, my imperator, your mouth is glowing." Chiza is also at the academy, playing a piano that can grill meat. Can you believe that? The junior girl also thought it was impossible. The school cafeteria is underground, so food is scarce. The meals are like something you'd get on a space station. You'll often see students complaining, especially about the dining hall. The walls are covered with dense writing, all ranting about how terrible the food is. Look at this one. "I feel like I ate, yet also like I didn't. It looks like mud from far away, looks like mud up close, and smells like mud too. Throw a handful into the dirt and it'll blend right in. You call this cooking?" Once, a senior student from the Roya tribe tasted every dish one by one. Then, she looked at everyone around her with a sympathetic gaze. Because the Royas are local residents, their parents will sneak all kinds of snacks to them. Besides all these, there are tons more memes, like the weird name of the mechanical elk and the mysterious tale of the Academy's road. There's also talk about the classic anime Baka to Test to Shokanju.
我的废柴丑眼生孩子，折够了一半。
That anime is hilarious.
我的某科比的投屏率炮也被下架了。
Just like a certain scientific railgun, also a total classic. Here's what the students think of Blackshore. A little girl who talks to dolls all day, a flower lady who picks fights with everyone, and a demon who eats discords for snacks. The students also joke that this organization is a bit shady. Honestly, it does sound pretty weird. But Astral Modulator have a great reputation. Look, there are 3 junior girls talking about Astral Modulator right now. There's also one who draws amazing stuff but refuses to sell it. They call it an Itasha. Actually, it's just the dev team showing off their awesome skins, drawing them but not selling them. All the funny stuff I've talked about is just a small part of Lahai Roy. There are tons more weird and hilarious memes. Gotta say, they really nailed the vibe of this academy.